On the path, there are images of statues of gods or fairies, cruel faces, etc. This is a chunk of the pagoda called Ghe Ngo or Ngo chunk. In Cambodia, each boat race represents for a locality. Meanwhile, in Sóc it represents for each pagoda. The main compartment in this pagoda dedicates to Sakya Muni. Sóc province had 89 pagodas and 343,000 of Khmer Buddhists following Nam Tong sect. They consider pagodas as their houses. Apart from the Khmers, Sóc is also home to Kinh and Chinese communities. Many pagodas of Kinh people were built in the 18th and 19th centuries, following the architectural style of Mahayana Buddhist sects in Khai Om, Bai Shau, Vinh Châu, etc. We are coming to Yung Island, a large famous island of nearly 40 km long, situated between two currents of Hậu River running to Din An and Trân Đề estuaries. In the old days, Yung Island belonged to Long Phu district. This area was well known during the Vietnamese people's resistance against French troops through the song Long Phu Guerrillas. Now it is an island district. This is a high communal house-shaped island. Its bottom is the coastline of nearly 20 kilometers. These images were recorded when we examined Trân Đề and Din An estuaries and tried to find Bac Giặc estuary, but we couldn't. We continue our journey by waterways, and this time our stopover is the roof of the communal house, or longhouse in the Vietnamese highlands. This area of Yung Island is situated in the upstream of Hậu River, consisting of 7 communes. Alluvial soil here is fertile. This house belongs to Mr. Úc Tao's family. He is 76 and his family had 3 generations living here. Formerly, his land was used to cultivate rice, but now it has been changed into gardens for longan trees, mangoes, and coconut palms. Income from these fruit trees is enough to support 9 members of his family. Formerly, this entire island only cultivated rice. Since 1950 and later, this land has had many gardens. At present, the island has a hospital, a high school, and a road of over 30 km long running towards the sea, so people's life is rather stable and peaceful. From Trân Đề estuary, we are leaving Yung Island for a famous fishing port in Hậu estuary. Trân Đề is the southern river mouth, one of the 2 estuaries of Hậu River, and this is the last southern estuary in the 8 estuary system of the Mekong River. People often think that it has 9 ones. This fishing port lies 2 km from the sea. Many fishing boats with 240 horsepower can go far, about 100 miles or 180 km offshore, and come back in 5 days and can catch about 10 tons of fishes. This fishing port looked like a township. We asked some captains about the Bac Giặc estuary, but they said they didn't know about it. Most of the maps in this film drew only 8 estuaries. So if there were 9 estuaries, then we would have 2 suppositions as follows. The first is that the estuary was filled up completely. And the second, maybe it is Vam Ho or Con Trong River's estuary running from Yung Island to Hậu River. All these suppositions mentioned above were presented to researcher Nguyễn Bá in Contour. And in this map, the red line expresses the lost estuary. This map was drawn according to a map of the French in the old days. However, writer Sơn Nam think that maybe the ancient people used the words Cửu Long or 9 dragons for expressing a lucky number. In fact, there are only 8 estuaries. Researcher Nguyễn Đình Đầu introduced us an old map in which Bác Giác estuary was situated between Trăng Đê and Đinh An estuaries. Anyhow, it is an enigmatic thing. An enigma is always an enigma. This is the forever essence of Mekong, in which Cửu Long 9 dragons or Bác Long 8 dragons is one of millions of vague sight of this mysterious river. It is like a melodious and dreamy tune, hovering around enigmatic and lissom bodies of fairies along both banks of the river. It makes Mekong River more poetic, charming, and mysterious. The land located at the terminative site of an immense delta has gone in our Mekong Chronicle, with the poetic and exquisite beauty of the girls beside the seasoned appearance of a romantic river.